one.
Gotcha! That was so good!
What? Okay. First off, we're Miles and Kerry on vacation.
No,
Fiji.
I don't blame them. They're right. Okay, that they are the plot, and that
The what fucking plot?
Yeah, that has been lacking in the past. If you go back through our videos, I'm hoping that there's at least some OGs here. We did the RWBY talk a long time ago. It's one of the first things that really boosted our channel up. But anyway,
those camera angles.
Hold on. We were very critical of Volume 4 and 5. It's especially Volume 5 was awful. But we got it and a lot of my problems had been the fights had just been lackluster, the cutting, the lack of through camera angles and stuff like that. This was fucking phenomenal. They have clearly taken a legitimate effort to improve, and for that I fucking commend them.
I don't trust them.
I don't know why you don't trust them. Like that, because even the so if you're gonna look at the character shorts from volumes 4, there was the Yang one that had an okay fight, but it was nowhere near that.
Yeah, that is very true. But what character shorts are meant to do is fill in the plot, kind of like the wonderful World of Remnant we used to have. Mm-hmm. You know, they stopped doing that around Volume 3-ish.
They did it in Volume 4, I think.
1 or 2, mm-hmm. But they did the character shorts, and that kind of took the place. Filling in, and you see, in the end of this, we saw, Adam walking away, after Volume 5's finale.
Mm-hmm. And we got a lot of good plot, like you said, we saw Weiss's,
yeah.
Because remember, back early RWBY, one of the reasons Weiss didn't like Faunus was because they attacked her fucking family's company all the time. But I just want to bring up, I want to talk for a while about the fight scenes, right? So, like I said, big issue, and I've looked into this many times. I've watched many analysis videos on the problems with RWBY as of late. One of them is a lot of cutting here and there and everywhere, and the other one is shitty camera angles and slow pacing, right? Mm-hmm. All of that was fixed and addressed in this short. Almost every single. It's like they heard the criticism, and that so rarely happens with anything, and I'm so proud of them. It's almost every single attack was a wide shot, and if it wasn't a wide shot, it was a tracking shot. Mm-hmm. Tracking shot being the one where it's following them as they're going through. You have action and reaction in the same shot, which makes it so much better and so much more cool to see.
Even the dagger was tracked.
Yes,
so that's beautiful.
They chose to do that instead of cutting. They could have easily just cut around, oh my god, it was so good. And compare this to the Blake Ilya fight in Volume 5. That was nothing. Watch that and watch that slow shit. Even though even the best, I think that this short. Okay, I'm gonna make a declaration. I want your thoughts on this. I think that short was better than the Maiden fight at the end of Volume 5.
Not gonna argue, it was.
And because again, it brought back the speed. So it brought back the wide shots. It brought back the tracking shots, and those are the three things you need, and good choreography too. And it just brought the hype. This is the first time in a while where I've watched RWBY, and David can attest to this. Even you were too. I was screaming. I was oh my god, yes! And I'm almost in tears of how happy I am because I was so into RWBY. It was literally one of my favorite it was my biggest fandoms. I had posters. That was my shit for the longest time, and I've been falling out of it. And if they can bring it back like this,
I'm going to make a declaration right now. Until I see this done in the actual season and not just the short, I'm not going to be as hype as you.
Yeah, well, I'm an optimist by nature, but yeah, I get you.
Because they blue balls us, with character shorts before.
Yeah, but again, Yang's wasn't even close to as good as that.
No, it wasn't even close to as good, but it still was better than the preceding,
I can agree with you on that. Here's what I have to say though is what this means. What this character short means is they know the criticisms, right? So if they can make that in a character short, then logically they have to think, keep doing no cuts, keep doing wide shots, keep doing tracking shots.
Cutting is inherently...
Well, not no cuts, but you know what I mean, less cuts.
I want to say cutting is inherently fine if it's done, when it's needed. Mm-hmm. But case in point where they cut from Sienna on the throne to Adam.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mostly mean excessive cuts in a fight scene. Yeah. Because in live action that's used because you have stunt doubles, but you don't have stunt doubles. And they did some sexy shots, like the shot where the camera was spinning around as they were fighting. Yeah. That was legitimately good camera work. And it reminded me of the shit Monty would do. Monty was a genius when it came to the camera work and knowing how to move it and I just think that, and I honestly think that this comes from Kim Newman's, I believe that's her name, Kim Newman's promotion.
But then she got transferred to Genlock.
I assume, but no, she was promoted to the head of Rooster Teeth Animation. I think she's the assistant head of all of Rooster Teeth Animation.
But she's working on Genlock.
She's working on both. No one, literally no one ever said that she was. No article said she's gonna stop working on RWBY to work on Genlock. It just said she's also working on Genlock, and we assumed that meant that they were taking her away from RWBY.
Yeah, well, anyway, like, if that's the case, then hopefully her influence is on the fucking animators in full force in this volume.
At the very least, if it's not her, they brought in some fucking Dylan Goo type person. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, if you don't know who I'm talking about, Dylan Goo was someone who worked on Rooster Teeth Volume 3, or excuse me, RWBY Volume 3, and he also kind of had the eye for it. It just seems like they brought in someone, I don't know who, but someone who, to change the direction.
Brought back Shane Newell.
Doubt it. I'll have Catherine ask his ex-wife because she goes to college with him, believe it or not. We live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which is where Shane Newell lives, and my best friend's girlfriend has met his ex-wife, voice actress of Emerald. I don't remember her name. I almost said Mercury. But to me, there's something going on here. There's something, because it's even the best fights of Volume 4 and 5, even the best character shorts of Volume 4 and 5, they still had cuts, they still were way slower.
Definitely.
So they've learned. I'm just gonna be. You're right, and I'm going to hold out hope for the actual volume. But I think that at the very least they will have improved. That they will improve their camera work and their pacing in fights, at least.
Oh yeah.
Now, obviously, I'm still nervous about the plot, because the plot
what fucking plot?
Exactly. But here's the thing. If the fights are that good, the plot is more excusable to be shit. That's just kind of how RWBY has always worked. The plot of RWBY's never really been spectacular.
It was slice of life.
Yeah.
I hope they bring back that
I want them
aspect.
to bring more slice of life aspects to the characters and stuff, for sure.
And now here's where we can kind of... Do we know if they're doing more character shorts, or is it just Adam?
I do not know. I don't. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, so normally there's, 3, 4 before the volume?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Because last time we had... Let me actually pull it up.
Well, while you're pulling that up, a couple more things I can say too, right? So we can all agree that, the biggest mess, not only in Volume 5, but in RWBY history, was that fucking group fight at the end of Volume 5, right? Mm-hmm. That was a fucking mess. This shows that they know how to do group fights as well, because you had some awesome choreography that I missed from early, like early RWBY did so well with him and Sienna.
Right.
So, I mean, point being, I know you want to be negative Nancy over there and be all concerned, but can I at least get what's your thoughts on you could tell they've improved, yeah?
They've improved, definitely. And Volume 4 was RWBY, Volume 5 was Weiss, Blake, and Yang. That was Volume 5 that had the Yang one. But anyway, so they've improved a lot here, and I'm hoping and praying that they've listened to fucking the criticism in full force.
I think they have.
The downside to the listening to the criticism aspect is they have a tendency to block anybody that criticizes them.
That would be Miles that does that?
Miles and Gray, one of the animators.
I think KERRY is pretty chill with it.
Oh yeah, KERRY
was the one that came out with the letter, remember?
Yeah. And KERRY seems to understand how criticism works, and and we even did a video about his letter, his blog post. Now, what I want to see moving forward, obviously continuing the camera work, the animation styles that they're utilizing here. But what I also want to see is, in Volume 6, they have to address the obvious bullshit that they pulled in Volume 5. The ease of...
Which one? There's so many.
My biggest concern is... My biggest criticism was, the fucking fact that, it's just summer vacation, nobody's here.
Oh, yeah, well, so that was less of a plot issue and more of a technical issue to me. When what I mean by that is, that did piss me off, but not for a plot reason. I can believe no one being there, but what pisses me off is the reason they did that. Which, and this is confirmed in the commentary, the reason that there's no one at fucking Haven is that they just wanted to save production costs.
Exactly.
So what I'd like to see them do is, I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be going out and making a show with your first priority being, how can we save as much production costs as possible?
All right. And especially when you're not just making that, but you're making Nomad and Nowhere. You're making Genlock. You're making, you know, fucking Camp.
Especially when RWBY is massively popular right now. Like, in Japan, it's exploded. You know
exactly.
What I mean? So, and I think this is why I am semi-confident in David. Because Rooster Teeth, there still is a lot of people that work at Rooster Teeth that are, you know, they're not, like, fully corrupted. They're still, like, normal people. At least that's how I look at it, right?
And then there are the few that are.
Of course there are the few that are. There always are. But, like, the way I look at it is, they go on the Reddits. They see fandom things, and they have to understand that they're not stupid. They can't be stupid. They have to know what brought people into RWBY, and they have to know that it's got to be.
It's not the merch that is out. What? Fucking 5 weeks before the goddamn volume comes.
They whore it out for merch, absolutely hardcore. But I think that if I was KERRY right now, I'm gonna put myself in the shoes of KERRY, right? And I see the popularity's exploding, but in my head, I would be paranoid. If we don't get our shit together real soon, we're gonna lose this fucking chance that we have. Because we have a chance with the popularity exploding this big. This could be if they keep quality. This could be like My Hero Academia levels of popularity.
Oh yeah,
it really could. But if they keep Volume 4 and 5ing it, they're gonna lose it. So I'm thinking, if I'm KERRY, if I'm one of the animators, if I'm one of the people that legitimately enjoys working on this show, I would know, hey, if we don't step our fucking game up, this once in a lifetime chance that we've got to have this popular show gone.
Yeah, and that's kind of what happened to Red vs. Blue. It exploded, and then it started tank, and it explodes again when they, you know, kind of retcon universe shit, and then boop, 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 it's just this big up and down.
So the big telltale test for me is going to be this, right? Because what had been happening lately in RWBY is that they seemed to be able to have the budget for, or at least the time, for one at least decent fight, a series or a volume, right? So you had Volume 4 had the Nuka-Lave fight, Volume 5 had the Maiden fight, right?
Which was DBZ.
Old RWBY volumes would have 2 or 3, sometimes 4 good fights, and all of them were fucking spectacular. So that's going to be my telltale, right? Is I think at least every 3 episodes, you should have one good fight scene. Because that's what RWBY is. Like, RWBY would find a way. The RWBY that I know is the show that would find a way to start the fucking volume off with a fight scene by making a food fight. You know what I mean? So you shoehorn fight scenes into there if you have to, because that's what the show's about. It's always been about that.
Exactly.
So I want to see
these are kids defending the fucking world, essentially,
and kids that love to fight. Frankly,
yeah,
most of them fucking love it. And so I want to see. I want to see them open up with a fight again. You know what I mean? I want to see an opening fight, and I want it to be fun and high-spirited. Maybe even a training session, but not the shitty ones from Volume 5. You know what I mean?
Like, we're not going to be training Oscar the fucking... No.
Yeah, or maybe like a team battle with, like, because Team RWBY's back together. How about start it off with another fucking, like, hey, we're a team again, and they're just fighting some fucking rando fucking Grim.
Or what they could do is team training. Even.
Yeah, I'd love that.
And just have Oscar kind of take Pyrrha's place, and then just utilize that to, like, this, how you can fight in a team. This is a team formation now. You can have John, Rin, Nora, and Oscar. You know, it could be fucking phenomenal to train him in that, because, let's face it, he's going to be utilizing, you know, team formations. He's going to be doing all that shit while they're fighting Salem.
Yes, and if it's as well paced, well shot and directed as this one, it could be phenomenal. So overall come out of this with a massive positivity, a massive grin on my face.
I'm at a massive meh.
But why meh? I don't get it.
Because I don't fully believe this is going to be the entire structure of how the fights are going to be, because they use corner cutting techniques and everything Volume 4 onward. Now, if they prove to me, you know, throughout Volume 6, then I'll be back on the
RWBY hype train.
The RWBY hype train. You know, because let's face it, they love to do this. They love to hype us up with the character shorts and then get blue balls. So
yes. Now, so that's what I was going to finish by saying. What I was saying there is, like, I come out of this with some positivity and a massive smile on my face, but understanding that at the very least, what this shows is that there is improvement no matter what. There is improvement. They know how to make a good fight. They now have people on their team that can make, in my mind, what in my mind is a Monty level fight. Right. That it was Monty level quality. I gotta be honest, well, the Volume 5 maiden fight... Well, the Volume 5 maiden fight was good. I still don't think it was Monty level.
Oh, no.
There was still some cringy, slow parts to it. There was still some... Like, the giant sword part, while cool, was very stereotypically anime and going for shock value when really there was no choreography to that.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, there was still... Like, honestly, the best fights in the past 2 volumes have not even gotten close to this.
No, they haven't.
So, at the very least, this shows that they have animators or choreographers on their team now that can reach to Monty's level. And that was one of my biggest concerns. Can they ever get someone that can get up to Monty's level, other than Shane Newell or Dylan Gu? You know what I mean? And those were kind of the 2 people, and they bailed. For obvious, well, one of them got fired, one of them bailed. So, at the very least, even the most negative person, David, can tell that...
I mean, I'm not the most negative.
I'm just trying to troll you, my dude. At the very least, you can tell that they have someone on their staff that has the ability to choreograph and animate like Monty did.
Of course, and
that's a good thing.
And moving forward, you know, if they do more of these, we'll do more videos on them and see if they continue this hype train.
We'll be reviewing the whole volume as well.
Obviously. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's one of our biggest series, so
it's not just because views, my dude. Like we started this, you know, back when our channel had nothing because we both love RWBY.
Yeah,
you know
we were playing Smash Brothers when we were doing it.
Yeah, for real. Listen, man, I'm just not gonna hold it. It's the same thing with Promised Neverland. I had problems with that last arc, but then all of a sudden I'm into it again. So like, yeah, we'll see. But like, I prefer to be positive than be negative the whole time. And
you need a foil too.
Okay, fair enough. But it's like, here's the thing, right? Here's what's gonna happen. Let's say we watch Volume 6. Either if I'm right, then awesome. If I'm not, then okay, well, whatever. It's not a bit. I don't know. I just be happy. God damn it.
Not till I know it's really gonna be good.
Well, anyway, I'm hyped. You should be too. There's a potential that we could be bringing RWBY back.
Fucking 17 minutes. God damn it.
It should be. That shit was sexy. I want to know
how are we consistently 17 to 20 minutes on every fucking video?
Because that's just how long we're able to talk. we're amazing at it.
God damn it.
I need to find I need to check if there is credits for that. I want to, because I think that Rooster Teeth is a company that deserves praise when it does well, and it deserves criticism when it does bad. So if you're watching this, go out. If you can find out who animated this, please tweet at them and tell them they did a fucking amazing job.
Definitely.
If there's not a specific person, tweet at Rooster Teeth as a whole, or maybe anyone, Miles, Kerry, anyone. Maybe I've heard of Miles. I've heard bad things about Miles. That he blocks people, but tweet them, tell them it was fucking amazing, so that they see. Because here's the thing, and I can attest to this: if you are creating content and you get positive reinforcement, positive feedback, that makes you want to do it more.
Right.
So if they get a bunch of positive feedback from the no cuts, the long shots, the wide shots, they're going to be a lot more willing to put in the extra effort to keep doing that.
Exactly.
So I'm personally, after this video, I'm going to see if I can find out who animated that, and I'm going to tweet them and tell them fucking amazing.
Alrighty. Until the next short or Volume 6, whichever comes first. Peace.